Greetings, peasants of the jewellery world. It is I, Scott McIntyre, the guy who's single-handedly destroying our industry by doing a twice-weekly idiotic video. Anyway, it's Tuesday, and we know what happens on a Tuesday. We put things... Wait a minute, I've got this, I can do this. We put things here in my slot. Scott's learning on Tuesday. Sure did that there, that was amazing. I'm actually not here. I'm actually on holiday this week, which is a bit weird because this is due to go out on Tuesday, and if, you know, the plane plummets into the ocean, it would be really weird if this would be on the news or something like that. Kind of overthinking that, I'm gonna. Anyway, it's Big Tips Tuesday. I asked Kate to do it, but she didn't want to put anything in her slot. And anyway, clot doesn't sound good. So what's happening this week is I am sad to report that some of you are idiots, and I've been forced to do this, but that's okay. Don't take me as arrogant because I am the world's biggest idiot. So I've got a couple of confessions for you. So yeah, confession time. Here's where I prove why I'm an idiot. When myself and my wife first got together, I am married, and yeah, as a woman, kids and everything. Yeah, no, it's real. It's not a cover. Believe me, nobody's more surprised than I am. But there you go, them's are the breaks. Yeah, when we first got together, we were watching a nature program, and I asked why you never see lions and tigers fighting in the planes, not aeroplanes, but the kind of planes like the Serengeti. And she laughed for pure ages, and then asked if I was serious, and I said aye. And she pointed out that they're not on the same continent. So she brings that up pretty much every day now. She decided to stay with me after it, so, you know, all positive. Number two, we had problems with our heating back home a couple of years ago, and you had to give the box just a wee bash just to help it come on. And I thought it'd be a good idea to give it a bash with, you know, like Pyrex jugs. I kind of whacked it, which pretty much had expected results for everyone else in the world, but not me, because it shattered into a billion pieces, and I nearly lost my pinky, which would have been really bad for a goldsmith. So yeah, again, I'm not really that bright, am I? Last one for now. I was having an argument with my wife again, and I got out of the car, and I tried to do that thing where you try and get the last word in and leave really quickly, and I ended up telling her where to go and then slammed the door, but I forgot to remove my head from the door, so I jammed my head in the door, and it hurt quite a lot, and it left a big kind of mark. Doesn't help when you've got a baldy head. So yeah, these are my confessions, so please feel free to either laugh at me or feel sympathy towards my wife, and indeed Kate, because she has to put up with this every single day. I'm not quite the fizziest drink in the fridge, yeah? Anyways, it's entertaining if anything. So what we're talking about this week, and that I want to really, really, really stress, is that a lot of people come into our school and our studios, and they don't refine their scrap, they don't wipe the surfaces down and put it in the bin or put it in the bag and then send it away to be refined. Some of you don't use a bench skin. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm going to have to refine that now because I put it in my bench peg. Let's see what we should be doing. Yeah, so as you can see, every single one of our benches has a bench skin. So on and so forth. Somebody's been wax carving in there, as you can see. Other people have been using metal. So the metal that's here will go into the scrap tin. Everything that's an offcut here as well, this has been attached to the metal, so that will have scrap all over it. All your old saw blades. It gets cleaned down and then it gets put in the scrap bin. Also, these dudes here are your friends, because every now and then your bench gets a wipe down with these. And if you just wipe them down, can you see everything that's attached to there? That will all be all the different metals you've worked with over the past few months, and then they go over here. This is just like the Blue Savannah video by Razor, isn't it? Blue Savannah song. Now, and this says, this is not a bin. This is to stop idiots putting apple cores and Quavers packets in here. But in here is all our, there we go, you can see them, our saw blades, our used emery paper, things we've used to wipe down surfaces, all goes in here. And that includes these surfaces as well. Things are hammered on here, so you'll get little bits of metal and dust off here. Your rolling mills, look, metal, sparkly, sparkly, and that all gets refined. Over here, when you empty your ultrasonic, when this is empty, there should be usually a kind of residue around the bottom. Again, give that a wipe and you'll see some, you get occasionally, you get the kind of wee sparkly bits from a job that you've been cleaning, but there's still stuff in there that needs to be refined. Your old shot, see, once you're finished with that, refine it. Now this, as well, we have a Henry the Hoover. Obviously other Hoovers and vacuum cleaners are available. But every now and then, and you can see this is shockingly bad and I've got it on the list to do, but this should be wiped up as well. This should be hoovered or vacuumed into the bag, as should the rest of your floor and everything else you do. So every time you sweep up, it goes in the bin over there. Every time you use the vacuum cleaner, it goes into the bag. Once the bag is full, you don't just throw that out, you send that to be refined as well. Your old mops will be coated in the metal that you've been polishing with for all that time. Put them in the bin as well. All these things, see all the surfaces up here? All the metal and all the gold dust that you file and hammer and bash and roll down throughout the entire year will be up on surfaces. Once a year, usually around Christmas time, give it an enormous deep clean, because the dust that's on my finger there, get in, focus, it's not doing it, will be covered in tiny wee bits of metal that's all kicked up in the air and then lands down somewhere. Your old burrs as well, they should be sent away. Here's a wee place, so everything in there that's an old burr. Basically send everything. All right. Right, as someone who likes organisation, this is possibly the most satisfying part of my bench. Look at all the categories. Look at them all. But this is a bit up here we need to see. So I like to have a category for each thing. So if there's wee offcuts and solders in platinum, I'll go here. Scrap that's unusable will go in here. Look at all the scrap, and that eventually will be refined.
It's the same with everything else that you use. If you're doing a job in 9-carat yellow, put your scrap in. It all goes away and you get money back for it. It's pure insanity that you wouldn't do that.
Yep, so seriously, everything, and I mean everything that is in your workshop will have money on it, and it is little bits, but it all adds up. And I'm not joking, you will be astonished how much a working workshop, a busy workshop, can accumulate just scrap-wise of stuff in a year. So use a reputable bullion dealer. This is who we use, the lovely Val. Obviously, other refiners are available, but I can thoroughly recommend Valerie. Give them a call, they'll be happy to come in and see you, and they'll be happy to take their stuff. It's what they do, that's their job, that's how they make their living, but we all help each other in this industry, and that's what we're here for. So I'm putting some scrap in my slot today, so I hope you all have listened and have learned that I'm an idiot, but you can stop being one by refining more of your scrap. I'm off for a sangria. I'll see you later.